Do-do-do. All right, all right, all right. We'll be beginning shortly. Here we go. Here we go. Got some folks coming on now.
I got a new toolbar.
You got a new one. All right. Good evening, Venita. Am I saying your name right?
Venita, it's a long
Venita, long eye, Venita. Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Happy to be here.
I'm so glad to have you here. Hey, Shelley, I heard so much about you from Emily. How are you?
Thank you. I'm well. I'm so excited to be here.
Yay.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So excited to have you all. All right, and we're going to begin. I'm gonna keep an eye out on the waiting room. So to do that with ease, Shawnee's in the house. Yay!
Hi. Good to see you.
So this is the kind of stuff we do. We just call on folks. When we call on folks, it's on my heart. So Shawnee, I'm gonna ask you to open us up this evening. Ask you to lift some words for us and state our intention for us. This is what we do. This is what we do. In our fellowship here, as I keep an eye out on the waiting room. Would you please, Shawnee?
Oh my Lord. Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Rashonda, but I go by Shawnee, so you are all welcome to call me Shawnee. All my friends and family do. I had the honor and the privilege of being a part of last year's residency. It was amazing, life-changing, and so I'm excited to be a part of this again. And I'm looking forward to all that there is to learn and to absorb, because it's just an atmosphere. Like there's this atmosphere of creativity that you will be immersed in. You'll be baptized, right, into the family of Black storytellers.
Yes.
And so it's a privilege, it's an honor for me to be a part of it. And I just want to welcome you all to the club, to this university, because you will gain a wealth of knowledge, and hopefully you will leave with a treasure trove of new stories and new material to take forward to use in the upcoming year.
Thank you, Shawnee. Hey, Latrice in the house. Good. What's up? What's up?
What's up? Miss y'all.
Everybody.
Good to see everybody.
Yes.
So let's drop in the chat. Some of us know each other, some of us do not. Some of us are meeting each other for the first time. I'm meeting some of you for the first time. Let's drop into the chat where you are zooming in from. Because we got folks from all across the country, y'all.
Okay. I'm in Zinga, Mama in Zinga. I'm from I'm in Sacramento, but I'm really in Philadelphia. My home is from Philadelphia. And that's why I know Dr. Carolise, and also Tahara. And I'm in California now, though.
I love it, Mama Zinga. That's awesome. So we got Shelly in Chicago, Janice in Philly. We got Jersey City in the house with Venita. Yay, Venita, Long Eye. Flint's in the house with Shawnee. Just check out the chat, y'all. Vienna is from Harlem. Is zooming in from Harlem. She's also from a 2023 cohort. Latrice is Chicago. Got another Chicago. I don't know if you, Shelly, and y'all, do y'all know each other? Yeah, good. Because I know you with the Soul Collective, and I know Latrice. I saw you in the audience when I saw the
Latrice just joined Soul Collective, so she's in our upcoming show in June. So we're already working together.
Oh, I love it. I love it. All right. Oh, but did you drop it in there where you from, Barbara? Calling in from? Cheddar's in ATL. Noelle is, Dr. Reed is in Philly. Noelle is making her way home from Newark, New Jersey. You got to say Newark, right? So we have a Newark, New Jersey, for those in Newark, New Jersey, and we have a Newark, Delaware. It's spelled the same way, but people will be highly offended if you don't say it right. So she went Newark, New Jersey. It matters, right?
Newark.
It matters. Oh, you didn't teach me something. No, Newark, is that a thing? That's a thing. I didn't know that was a thing. I spent a lot of time. Oh my God, I spent a lot of time in Newark. I didn't know that. I'm gonna drop that the next time I'm on the stage out there. I love it. I did not know that was a thing. All right. All right, all right, all right. So you see, we got folks from literally from California all the way over to the East Coast. We got folks in Texas, Chicago, Flint, Atlanta. People are coming from across the country, and we are so, so excited to have you all here tonight. Our intention tonight is to give you an overview. I hope you had a chance to look at the frequently asked questions. I was updating them because I saw some errors and stuff. So I did do some updates just a few minutes ago. But we're just going to go through an overview of the program. And even those who were part of the 2023 cohort, there's a few changes. And we will answer questions that you have, the big and the small questions, the logistic questions, program questions, all the things, as much as we can. So I'm going to share my screen.
Sister Tahira, can you can't see my chat?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Can you see my chat?
Let me see. Oh, now I can't. Oh, you said a transplant working undercover in Texas. It's transplant from Chicago, right?
Right.
Yay, we got another Chicago. Now. You're undercover. So you undercover, so y'all can't blow Albert, can't blow Barbara Ober's cover, all right, y'all? He undercover. He
Right.
undercover. I love it. All right, I'm gonna share my screen. Still run. All righty. Y'all seeing this? Yes.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Yes.
I was running kind of slow. All right, just a quick overview. This is our third consecutive year, Wilmington Black Storytelling Residency. And it is funded by the Wilmington, Delaware Mayor's Office of Cultural Affairs. This year, we don't have any outside grants this year, so it's fully funded and supported by the city of Wilmington, Delaware, which is extraordinary. It was modeled after another residency, the Boise Laurie Jazz Residency that happens every year in Wilmington, Delaware, where young emerging jazz musicians come to the city for, I think, really their residency is 2 weeks long for an intensive study, which culminates in a performance at our Clifford Brown Jazz Festival, which happens in June, which is the largest jazz festival that is free and open to the public. And it is within that vein that the Wilmington Black Storytelling Residency was created. The vision was to create a Black storytelling residency that would encourage and nurture Black storytellers, and to encourage them to use Black storytelling to illuminate the history and experience of Africans throughout the diaspora, and that experience being past, present, and in the future, and to speak truth to power and be of service to our community. That's our vision of this residency. And our mission is to elevate the skills of emerging and experienced storytellers in crafting and performing and expanding their knowledge of the African diaspora storytelling. We have when they approached me with this, when the city of Wilmington, Tina Betts leads the Office of Cultural Affairs, and Jonathan Whitney, who is a consultant with the city with Flux Creative Consulting, when they approached me, with this idea, the reason why they wanted to go to storytelling after doing jazz, because their belief was that in all forms of art, whether it's dance or even visual arts or music, it all conveys a story. So that's why they wanted to go in the next step to be the art form of storytelling. And I was honored, so very honored, that they tapped me. And as soon as they asked me, there was only 2 people on my list that I wanted to help build this with. And the very first one was Sister Dr. Carolise Frank Reed. She is the official scholar. That's right. Big ups to Carolise. Official scholar of the National Association of Black Storytellers. She is past president of the National Association of Black Storytellers. And I can go on and on and on about Sister Reed. But at this time, I do want her, just if you don't mind, Sister Doctor, we call Doctor, to say a few words about the beginnings of our work together in this. And I'm actually going to spotlight you for a minute.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. Jumbo, peace and blessings. So good to be among the number, as I say all the time. I am always honored to come before you to share the little bit that I know, what I have learned through my experiences in study and research and traveling. And this is so exciting. When Tahira called me, I couldn't believe it, that I was just going to be a part of this. What the participants, what I want you to understand, a couple of things is, one, that storytelling, especially Black storytelling, we tell from a tradition. All storytelling has a tradition, but we tell from a tradition centered, of course, in Africa, primarily West Africa. And so we're going to talk about that tradition. We're going to talk about what is African oral tradition, and how we as storytellers in America keep that tradition, but we've sort of transformed it. We've made it our own. And some scholars call it a Black oral tradition. So every tradition, every art form has pillars and foundations and aesthetic principles. And we're going to talk about those aesthetic principles. But like Sister Shani said, we make this a safe place for you to create. And that's what I am so proud of. And Tahira will talk about that a little bit more, what we expect for you in terms of creating something. Okay. And any questions, you can, ask me in the chat, or I don't know how Tahira wants you to do, to raise your hand or whatever, but I'll be here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll let it flow. Let's get through some of the components, and then but if there's anything that we're saying that right away, like, oh wait, I need some more words around that, just either do the virtual raise hand, or just, it's not many of us, just turn on your mic and holler at me. I don't mind. I'm from family of 7. I'm used to being hollered at. It's all good. The other person that I tapped was Emily Hooper-Lansana. She's one half of a dynamic storytelling duo, In the Spirit. She's a close personal friend. She is also an amazing teaching artist. She runs the University of Chicago's Logan Center. She's a community engagement director there. And she's involved in a whole lot of stuff in Chicago. The Post in Chicago would tell you. And so she's also on our faculty. So we are the 3 master teaching artists that run the program for the 7 days. And the 7 days are, it's intensive. It is absolutely a safe space. It's a creative space. It's a warm space, but it is definitely an intensive. And it's important that I say that. And for those who are familiar with some other programming in Black storytelling across the country, such as the African American Storytelling Retreat that Baba Jamal Karam founded and used to run with Granddaddy Junebug, Mitch Capel for many years. I know Cheddar shaking his head. I know Ober knows about that. And Zinga, I'm sure you've heard of that. That experience I've had for 20 plus years going to that retreat is what fuels this experience, as well as attending for the last 30 years. Well, it's existed longer than that, but for the last 30 years, in the tradition the National Association of Black Storytellers Festival and Conference. Many of you may know about that. It happens every November in a different city. It's founded by Mother Mary Carter Smith and Linda Goss. So those two experiences, the retreat, which used to happen in May, and then the festival and conference, which happened in November, and they were strategically 6 months apart. They fed me as a storyteller. They fed me and they continue to feed me that experience. And so when I was approached by the city of Wilmington to develop this program, I literally said to myself, what would be my dream experience of study as a Black storyteller? What would I have wanted when I first started? What would I have wanted in like my mid-career? And I've been doing this for about 30 years professionally and full-time. And what do I want in the future? And so I literally like crafted in my mind my dream program. That's why I called Emily and Dr. Reed my dream team. I mean that sincerely. And in crafting this, I was thinking about, the academic part of it, the ethics part of it, the spiritual part of it, the performance part of it, the writing part of it, the community part of it, all of it, all of it together. And that's why I say it's an intensive. So the first year, there's a lot of people that we knew that came and they thought it was going to be a retreat. They thought it was going to be like, I don't know, massages and jacuzzis and something. And they were like, wait, what? And we were like, go. And so it was a bit overwhelming for a moment for some folks because they thought it was in the summertime. They thought it was like the retreat, show up when you want to, go shopping. It ain't that.
They were surprised that they had homework.
Yeah.
You will have homework.
Yes, and you have to have pre-work before you get here too.
Yes, pre-work before you get there.
Before we get here, and that's one of the reasons it's so powerful that you don't have to pay for this scholarship of learning. You don't have to pay for the lodging. You don't have to pay for the food, and so there is a lot that's poured into this and the work about crafting this, and people believed enough in this program that they funded it. So we ask you to come fully to this experience because of that. All of that's been poured into this. So I will now go back to the slide and show you the components of the program. All right, we good? We seeing this? Thank you, Jeff. All right. All right, so we'll talk a little bit about this later, but there will be some pre-residency work to get you ready for the experience. It runs, as we know, from Sunday the 7th through Sunday the 14th. The residency itself, the components of the residency, it actually begins with mindfulness. I started with storytelling because that's really the umbrella of all things. A deep dive into storytelling and Black storytelling in particular, and storytelling in the African oral tradition across the diaspora. Our day begins with a mindfulness workshop early in the morning. It begins about 8 a.m. This year we have a different practitioner than we had in years past. Then is followed by workshop with Dr. Reed each day, and then after that, there's after Dr. Reed's workshop, there's going to be a different thing every day. But the first 2 days, there's a trip to the Delaware Historical Museum where you learn about some specific experience of Black folk in the state of Delaware, and you'll be asked to create some things. Some seeds are going to be planted for you around creating something around that history that you learned. There's a movement workshop. This year is African dance, is the African dance form of Mfundula. You'll learn a lot about that. And this year we have songwriting again. We had it last year. Last year we only had it 1 day. This year we'll have it two days. And there will be some visits, another visit to another historical institution to learn some more things about Wilmington, specifically Wilmington, Delaware, Black history. All of this culminates on Saturday, the 13th, where you perform the work that you have crafted over the week. So there's going to be lots and lots of prompts, lots and lots of things given to you that you can craft a story with. And on Saturday, the 13th, you're going to perform that story. About the most people have is like 5 to 7 minutes, because we have over a dozen people. You're going to perform that story. So this story that you perform must be a new work, off book. That, you know, no scripts, no cheat sheets. We want it in your heart and ready to deliver. So I'm gonna pause right there.
Tahira,
That's a lot.
may I add?
Yes.
Okay, 2 things in your list here. You didn't mention that they do get a break for lunch.
Okay, well, we ain't talking about the part. You try not to
I'm
scare
just saying that, let them know they do get a break in there for
you
lunch.
eat.
And then you come back and you do, I don't know if that's, if you offering the dance in after lunch or before.
Yeah. Now I just show the actual the actual schedule. I just try
Okay,
to
all
get
right,
it.
all right, all
That's
right.
okay, but I appreciate it. I know it sounds like
Yes,
a lot, like y'all
yes.
not gonna be eating or going to the bathroom or nothing. No, that's
Right. And one other question, are you, this year, we're gonna have people come in to talk about any Wilmington or Delaware history like we have in the past? I really enjoyed those.
I know we did. We're going to do one trip to the Monday Club. That's back on, but we don't have many. We don't have it during the week because we wanted more opportunity for the coaching and the crafting. It's just so much to fit in that 7 days. That's some of the feedback
Yes.
we got from
Okay.
to the past. But yeah. So what Dr. Reed's talking about, that the first year we had a lot more workshops on specific history of Black folks in Wilmington, Delaware, than we did the second year. But this year is going to be a little more than the second year, but not as many as the first year. So we're trying to meet them in the middle. But yes, there are breaks, and there's breakfast, there's lunch, there's dinner, all that good stuff. But the reason I pause here too about the culminating event is in the past, like the first year, we had a lot of storytellers who had been in this work more than 2 decades, 3 decades, 4 decades. And they were like, wait a minute, you giving me 4 days, 3 days with a new work? I can't go on a stage with something that I've just been living with for a few days and perform. There was like a lot of resistance with that, like a lot of resistance. When the jazz residency, the Boise Lowry Jazz Residency was created, which is modeled after this is a lot of pretty young, like fresh out of college folks. But you are expected to create a new work and perform it at a national jazz concert, right? So it is, and this is why it's time away from our everyday piece, our everyday life. It is the reason why it's fully funded, that this is your time as an artist to grow. And it's sort of like, it's sort of like a pressure cooker, sort of. And I understand that. But we want to really get that upfront so you can understand the scope of it. And I also want to pause here because we do have 3 people on that were part of it last year. If Vienna or Shani or Latrice want to speak to what that experience was like to create a new work and present it. And really just about 3 or 4 days. We start rehearsing on Thursday, Friday, and then you're performing on Saturday. If any of you want to chime in on that.
Yeah, it was wonderful for me because you're completely immersed in this new art form wherever you come from. For me, it was completely new, even though I've been telling stories for a very long time, but I don't tell them like I'm learning how to tell them with you all. And so it was really, really wonderful. And you just have to kind of go for it.
Yeah.
So then there you do.
Thank you, Anna.
For me, it was incredible, life-changing kind of business. I will say that you will be best served if you bring your whole self, because your whole self is welcome. And you're just really tended to as like an artist, but also as a person. And you will be required to work for it. Like, I remember me and Shawnee sitting up working on our stories at like 11 o'clock at night, and then taking a shower and having to get right back up. And it's like intense, but in like a really beautiful way. Yeah.
All right, all right, all right. So I'll move on to the other components. Unless folks do you have questions for the folks that were through it already, or you want to go ahead and move through the rest of the material? Go ahead, Mama Zinga, if you could.
What, is it a jazz festival or a concert? What are we
Great
gonna be
question.
performing then?
Great question. So this is the Wilmington Black Storytelling Residency culminating event. We are the entire program, right? So it's being held at a brand new venue. Is only a year old now. We actually did it there last year, but it was a lightning, so we couldn't do it on the big stage. But it's a big, beautiful amphitheater. And Zinga, if you could think in terms of amphitheater, and I'm trying to think, I would say the Mann Music Center, but not quite as big in terms of the audience because it's just lawn chairs. Or the Robert Dell, in Philly. So it's an amphitheater. It's no theater seating. It's all bring a chair, bring a blanket, and sit on the lawn. Wish I had some pictures of. I'll see if I could try to.
Jazz festival is not
Say that
the
again,
same place
Zinga?
where they have the is
It's
that
not where
the
they have
same
the
place
jazz.
they have the jazz festival?
No, so the jazz festival
Okay.
is held in Riding Square in the middle of the city. This is a brand new amphitheater. It just opened a year ago. And it's on the east side, right in the hood, right in the hood. It's beautiful. It's the old stable, horse stable. We actually performed in the stables last year because of the weather. They have like old horse stables on the side. It is called, I'll put the name of it. I'll try to find some pictures. It's the Urban Arts Exchange Amphitheater. Spelling, yeah. Amphitheater, and let me make sure I'm sending this to all of y'all. And Wilmington, Delaware. If you want to Google that and try to get some pictures, I'll try to draw some pictures up. But yeah, so it is the concert. It's only you all. We will actually have a couple of youth from another program that's happened simultaneously. We have 1 or 2 youth, but they're doing storytelling also. They're doing storytelling. Great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Great question. Any other questions? Go ahead, Cheddar.
Yeah, is it okay? Can we invite family and friends to the concert?
Absolutely. And it's free and open to the public. Absolutely. That would be wonderful. Wonderful. We'll have graphics later. The city is, they are, it's kind of, sometimes we don't get those out. I wish we could have it like right now. But we will have graphics to share on social media or wherever you like to share it to. But it's set in stone when and where. It's Saturday, July 13th at 6 p.m. at the Urban Artists Exchange Amphitheater in Wilmington, Delaware. You can tell them that right now.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Do I still have? All right.
Are we bringing instruments, or are you encouraging us not to bring instruments? Or
oh, you can absolutely bring instruments to accompany yourself. I know Oba, you love having your djembe with you. You absolutely. I know Janet is a masterful shakeré player. So yes, if you want to do that, you can see what unfolds for you. But yes, bring it in case you want to use it. Absolutely.
Hello. So
Yes.
our new work is focused on Wilmington history. Is centered in Wilmington history.
It does not have to be. Great
Okay.
question. It does not have to be. Some of what you experience, some people did that last year. we love that. Wherever we are, this is what I learned as Black storyteller with the National Association of Black Storytellers. we're in a different city every November, right? And so we have what we call adopted teller. We go out into the community during the festival. We do libraries and schools. We're out in the community. We're not just in a hotel with our little conference, right? And so how that fed me as an artist, and the reason why I have that as part of this is that wherever we are, we need to know who were the Black people before us who took up this space. So let's check that out. And wherever I go, I do my best, especially if we spend time. You're going to be here 7 days, right? That we know the Black people that was in the space before us. But your new work doesn't have to include that. But many people made that choice because they had, when they were learning this information, they were like, wow, I want to deep dive into this and present something.
Thank you.
Thank you, Venida. Anything else? All right, we'll keep going and just holler at me if you have another question.
I just want to say your questions have been really good.
Yes.
Really good. Yeah.
Absolutely. All righty. So, oh, wait a minute, I'm going too fast. Let me go to all right, so just overall outline of the schedule, then I'll actually share some of the schedules. Some things are still being tweaked, but this is the overall. So we want you to arrive in Wilmington, Delaware by Sunday, July 7th. The check-in at the hotel is 4 p.m. So please have your travel arrangements meet that. So you want to get in the afternoon. The closest airport is the Philadelphia International Airport, PHL. And it's a 30-minute ride. It's getting to Wilmington, Delaware is at your expense, getting to, including from the hotel, from the airport to the hotel. And so make sure that, your flight gets you roughly in Wilmington in time to check in, because then we like to have a meet and greet dinner at 6 p.m., which will be held about 4 blocks away at a church fellowship hall. And you all will get all this in the email too, but at a church fellowship hall at 6 o'clock. We want, and we know things happen travel-wise, so if you, but please don't make that window too tight. And when you arrive in Philadelphia and when we need you in Wilmington, Delaware. The airport has all the rideshare stuff, There's also, if you taking a bus, there's Greyhound that's nearby, that's downtown Wilmington, train station, Amtrak. If you're coming from Philly, the suburban train is the R2. But there's lots of inroads to Wilmington. But if you're coming into the airport, there is a 30-minute, 40-minute ride share that you'll have to account for expense-wise. So then that's Sunday, but then the residency itself in terms of the workshop starts on Monday. And it's roughly, again, we begin every day around 8 a.m. And in fact, let me just bring up the schedule real fast. I know this is kind of small here, but let's see if I can make it a little bigger. All right, so Sunday we're coming in, we're checking in about 3, I think it's actually 4, but about 3 or 4 p.m. And we're having a welcome dinner around 6 or 7. And then Monday we begin, so I'll talk about the food in a minute, but Monday we begin with meditation. It's actually yoga this year. It's yoga. We'll have a 15-minute break. So yoga ends at 8:45. We'll have a break. We'll go to Dr. Reed's workshop from 9 to 10:30. And Monday, we're going to have a brief presentation for the venue that we'll be having our workshops in. It's called the Christina Cultural Arts Center, is where we had it last year. And they'll be giving a short presentation about the history of the venue that we're in. And then we'll travel down to the Delaware Historical Society. And it's lunch on your own. remind me, I'm gonna talk about the meals. It's a little different than last time. And we head back to Christina Cultural Arts Center and have African dance. There's a short break, and then the storytelling workshops with Emily Hooper Lansana. Then it's dinner, and then it's back to the hotel. And when you're back to the hotel, that's your free time. But many people found, especially as the community, begins to gel, there's opportunity for some organic collaboration, some organic hangs, time for you to work independently, whatever you want. That is your time though, once we break for dinner. Tuesday, the same kind of flow. We actually add the same flow for Tuesday, the exact same flow actually. We're going to the Historical Society again on Tuesday. Wednesday, all right, all the pop-ups. On Wednesday, we'll begin our songwriting workshop. On Wednesday, we get a songwriting workshop so that's after Wednesday. Here we go. This is Dr. Reed and the break. After Dr. Reed's workshop, songwriting with J Street Jr., as we had before. Then there's lunch, dance, workshop with Emily. So it's sort of the same flow. It's like yoga, Dr. Reed, a special, which is either the Delaware Historical Society or songwriting, lunch, dance, Emily's workshop, dinner. That's sort of the flow of the first few days. So that's Wednesday. Thursday, actually the exact same thing. You're gonna have two songwriting workshops, exact same as Wednesday. Friday starts to be a little different now. By now you're pretty sure what piece you're working on. So now we're going to the coaching and feedback on what you're working on. And then in the late morning, that's when the youth from the other program that's running simultaneous to this, not the same, but simultaneous, will come over and we're going to do something together that's taking shape and have some time and fellowship with them. Lunch, and then we're coaching again. The other thing that's happening on this day, on Friday, something that last year we did as an extra, but folks said they thought it had value. And this is if time allows. It says masterclass for teaching artists coaching for the final performance and Q&A with Tahira. So last year, there was an opportunity to sort of like ask Tahira anything related to your work as a Black storyteller. Any way in which I could answer any questions or share my knowledge or experience in any way. I know Shani attended that and some other folks and found that helpful. So we're going to try to bake that into the core workshop on Friday if time's allowed. If it doesn't allow, then I'm going to try to figure out some kind of dinner hang with you all to get that done. So that's Friday. Saturday is one of our trips. And this is going to be trip to the Monday Club. And it will be, before we actually have our presentation there, we're going to have our dry run through of the show. So this is Saturday in the morning. We dry run through of our show. We'll have a presentation about the history of the Monday Club. Get back on the bus, go to the hotel, change. You have some time alone. And then we are sound checking around 5 to get to the culminating event. The culminating event runs roughly from 6:30 to 8. Really like 7:45-ish, 6:30 to 8 roughly. And then we're back on the bus. Sunday really is just checkout. You're checking out, but we don't want folks, we really don't want you to like plan for your flight out to be Saturday. That's why we say it's 7 days. We want you to, have time, perform, fellowship. We went trying to get dinner that night and hanging out. We had a great time. So don't plan to try to leave Saturday night. We really encourage you to leave on Sunday. And grab some, I think checkout. Where's checkout? They keep moving these checkouts down. I think checkout is noon on Sunday. All right, so that is the preliminary schedule. And I'm gonna take a break there. I'm going to talk about lodging and food and transportation in a moment. But I just gave you the layout of the schedule, gave you a sense of what the components are. We expect everyone to attend everything. Even with we have a new dance instructor, and she's really accustomed to leading movement classes with a community audience, in that people with varying backgrounds. So we're not asking you to be, come like you're a master dancer or anything like that. But all of these components are important to what we feel is a holistic experience of shaping a Black storyteller. The time in the morning and community to center ourselves, the scholarships, the history, the songwriting, the movement, all of it matters. And none of it is an elective. And it's, again, the reason why this is a fully funded program, so that we want everyone to have the opportunity to participate fully. If there's any challenges that you're having and participating in anything, please talk to the instructor, talk to me. If there's any barriers at all, we'll work with you to make that happen. I know, some folks were like, oh, I'm not a morning person. That may be a barrier. Push through it, show up. Another thing about the schedule, we love it. We love it when you're early. We always start on time. Sometimes we start early. We virtually never start late. Never. And I mean, like, just like with this, I mean, like, not 7:31, not 7:32, 7:25, we starting to talk. we gearing up. So it looked like Shani wanted to say something about that. Like, okay. Yeah, but we had some people surprised when they walked in the door at, like, 9 o'clock, 9:01, and people were like this. And they were like, wait. So we like to
already passed out.
Right.
Yes. I got a lot to offer. Yes. And yeah, so you had to be there in your seat at 9.
Ready to go. Yeah, because I love it when we reward those who show up. Things happen. But just personally, as an artist, it's something for me to go and do all the things and get there, and I'm ready, and I'm ready to go. And then they say, let's give the latecomers 15 minutes. It's like, okay, well, I didn't have to come then. Oh, and y'all could have let us know. Just left a couple of minutes early, So yeah, don't want y'all to be surprised by that. But that, want everybody participate in everything, please, as much as you can, arrive on time. I want to talk about the lodging next. Before I go there, any questions about the schedule and what's being asked of me? Okie dokie, but keep it trucking. Keep on trucking. All right, our lodging again is at the Sheraton Hotel, which is 422 Delaware Avenue. So if you're driving, if you taking a ride share, this is the address where you're going to, 422 Delaware Avenue, Wilmington, Delaware. This is the number. All of this will be emailed to you also. So roommates, and I know, again, this is modeled after the jazz residency, and I know that folks have different comfort levels about rooming with folks, especially if you don't know folks. So we had a couple of people elect to have lodging on their own, understood, and those who made that choice, as we communicated, we do not have the capacity to assist financially in that. That's completely on your own. But we get a book of rooms, and we have to pay for that block of rooms, and that's where that money goes. We can't cipher off anything and pay for somebody to stay at Airbnb or stay, to have a single room somewhere else, not even in the same hotel. And nor we have the capacity to help you arrange that. So if you elect to get lodging on your own, it's on your own, and you have to take all that responsibility. But if you're taking the elected lodging that's being paid for, it's at 422 Delaware Avenue at the Sheraton Hotel. Some folks have already, got an idea of who you want to room it with, we're going to send you a survey so that everybody don't have to send individual questionnaires, and that survey will be sent out by Flux Creative. And that's the other thing. I know there's a lot of different moving parts. So you all got a agreement from Flux Creative Consulting. They are the people facilitating, the contractor facilitating this residency is Jonathan Whitney. You might get something from Darius. I think this, you might get something from Tish. No, Tish is work for the city, I'm sorry. But Jonathan or Darius, I know some folks it was going to spam or they didn't know it was connected to the residency. Is a lot of moving parts, but it's the City of Wilmington, Office of Cultural Affairs with Tina Betts. There's Flux Creative. There's Tahira Productions. I think that's everybody. Yeah. The people logistically helping us on the ground will be Flux Creative, helping us set workshops up, getting us from to and fro will be Flux Creative as well. So just keep an eye out. Generally the subject matter and the email will say WBSR, Wilmington Black Storytelling Residency. So keep an eye out for that. The rooms, I haven't stayed there, so maybe folks that stay there, I believe is two. Okay, 1 year it was a suite where the front room was like a living room and a pull-out couch. Then there was a bedroom with a full bed. I think this year is what it was last year, which is 2 full beds. So I should actually change that. It's 2 full beds. I think it's a standard hotel room. And you have to bring an incidental, like most hotels, a credit card or debit card for incidentals. And you can check the Sheraton Hotel website with regard to what they hold. I'm not sure what that is, if it's $50 or $100 on your card. And it's usually more, if you use a debit card, it's more, not more money, but they hold it longer in terms of if you use a credit card, it'll come off as soon as you check out within a day or two. But debit card might take up to 7 days for that hold that the hotel puts on your card for the incidentals. That's the lodging. Again, a questionnaire will go out to you on Monday asking you for your roommate. Now, if you like, I don't know anybody, I don't know who you select, then we'll assign one for you. This is kind of the way we've done it in the past. It's just like yeah. I know we grown folks like, I want my own room, I want to do my thing. And if you want to do that, I get it. Yeah, we just ask that you have to finance that on your own. Noel's about to join us. Finance that on own. But the other thing that will go out, we'll talk about food next. And that questionnaire is going to be asking you about your dietary restrictions, if there are any, on that questionnaire. But the lodging and the roommates, any questions about the lodging and the roommates?
About the incidentals, you said you don't know whether it's, when would that have to be paid?
So when you check into the hotel on Sunday, they will ask you for a credit card or debit card for your incidentals. And when you give it to them, they will swipe it and they will put a hold on that card for the amount of the incidentals, which is, I believe, is $50. And that hold will stay on it. If it's a debit card, it usually stays long. It's standard with any hotel. It usually stays on there maybe for 7 days. And if it's a credit card, it usually, it comes off quicker.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What about parking?
Great question.
Driving.
So if you're staying at the hotel, the parking, remind me, Carolise, if this is true, I'm gonna try to look at it. The parking is included if you are a guest at the hotel, right?
Yes, it is.
Parking
is kind of underground, Janet, and it's tight.
Okay.
But I think there's like 3 levels of parking. You usually can find parking. Only once last year I had to park on the street behind the hotel.
And parking on the street is fine.
Yeah, it
It's
was
not
no
like
problem.
Philly. It's not
Mhm.
like downtown Philly. It's like after 6 p.m. downtown Wilmington is a ghost town. So parking is free after 6. It's actually free after 4:30 because that's when the parking attendants go home. Everybody knows that undercover. The sign says 6, but they go home at 4:30 and they walk right past you. They be like, I don't know you, I'm off. So it's cool to park on the street, it's no problem. We'll do transportation next. But the other thing to know is that when you're staying at the hotel, most of the workshops at the Christina Cultural Arts Center, it's about 4.5 blocks away. So you are expected to walk that distance. It's summertime, it's hot. Some people are electing to perhaps take a ride share. So if you all want to get together and do that, obviously that would be cheaper for 4 or 5 blocks. If you want to drive, if you drive those 4 blocks, then I wouldn't like recommend that because the parking near the Christina Cultural Arts Center is only a couple of hours. So then you have to get out and move your car every few hours, and the parking attendants are working then, and they will give you a ticket. And you do have to move it. You can't just keep feeding the meter. You have to move it off the, out that area. So if you drive and you're parked at the hotel, I would suggest stay parked there. Don't drive the 4 blocks to CCAC, Christina Cultural Arts Center. Also, when we go to like Monday and Tuesday down to Historical History Museum, that is 3.5 blocks. Again, we're asking you to walk. But when we go to the Monday Club on Saturday and we go to the final performance, that's a little further away, and we will have a City of Wilmington van taking us to and fro, transportation wise. And it's a taxing day, I have to say. It's a taxing day. So really want you all to be, certainly take care of yourself, get up, stretch, do the things. But if you do have ambulatory stuff going on, I find that that might be a lot. You may consider doing ride share back and forth from the hotel to CCAC. And also, many of these buildings are historical buildings, so they don't have an elevator. The History Museum does, but the Old Town, one part we have to go to does not. Some steep steps to go down. Most of them is just one flight. Christina Cultural Arts Center is under renovations, so the elevator is not working. So we are actually down in the basement, not in the first floor in the art gallery that we were last time. So you do have to do how many flights is that? It's one flight down. It's one flight down, and there are no elevators. The Monday Club is a historical building. You have to go up one flight. There's a landing there. Have to go up. Yeah, there's a landing between the two stairs. That's on Saturday. So it's some walking. It's some walking. Definitely some walking. All right. Any other question about roommates or the transportation?
Wanted to ask,
Go ahead, Nzinga.
historical place where you gotta go down in the basement, is air conditioned or is it fans? Is it well ventilated?
Oh, that's a great question. We went last year. That section was from it's like the 19th century. I'm trying to remember if I don't know. I remember it being cool because of the brick downstairs, and it was like cool because it was all brick. It's a jail. It's a former jail. It's like a brick. Yeah. Do you remember, Vienna? Vienna, you remember, Latrice?
It was in the basement, but it was kind of cool, but it wasn't too hot. Like it was a normal temperature. It didn't feel too hot or too cold. It was completely like manageable, I guess is what I'm saying.
It wasn't stuffy.
No.
Yeah.
It's July, that's why I'm saying that.
Yeah, it was later in July when we were last year we were later in July, almost into August. Of course, you never know what the weather going to be, but we're not there long. This is a tour. We're not there long. And if it's too much, you find that you can't, do that, then you just get that part. We videotape some of it, and you could perhaps watch the video of that. That'll be a challenge for you.
Let me see if I've got this right.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to pay for an airline ticket to fly to a place which is between 30 minutes and an hour away from where we need to go, and be there at 4 o'clock, but take ride share to get there, and then go to dinner once we get there.
Yes, dinner will be
Sunday.
provided once you get here. So let's say I would shoot for getting here, like say by 2 noon to come to Wilmington. I mean, it's a beautiful lobby. You could wait in the lobby, like when you're always traveling over. Check in a little later in the afternoon,
and then wait in the lobby. Then we've got to walk 4 to 5 blocks each day to get to this room where we're going to work out.
Yeah, you get to the Christina Cultural Arts Center. Yes, it's every day about 4
or 5 blocks. And then this is a older place with no elevator, so we got to go up the stairs. After we walk 4 or 5 blocks, we got to go up the stairs.
As soon as you arrive in the morning, you don't have to go up the stairs. The first thing is yoga, and that's street level. But then after that, you have a break. Then you go downstairs a flight of steps to go to Dr. Reed's. Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. And most of the activity takes place inside a jail.
No.
No.
You're such a storyteller. I'm sorry.
This one said.
What?
That's part of the tour.
Yeah.
No.
They might keep me. I'm only worried because they might.
They might keep you.
They might be like, hey.
Oh my God.
We've been looking for you.
Okay. Noel, you cracking up over this too. Like, what in the world?
I'm just playing.
I know. But yeah, CCAC, it's Christina Cultural Arts Center. We talk CCAC is well air conditioned. They're going under renovations. So that's why the elevator is not working. Because they're renovating the top floor. But it is well air conditioned. In fact, I have vocal and guitar lessons there every week, and it's cold in the basement. So you might even want to bring a light jacket because they have it on blast.
And the Delaware Historical Society is air conditioned also.
Yes. It's just one part of it when we go to the Old Town Hall. That's 19th century building. Yeah, we ain't gonna have y'all in jail, y'all. All right, so that's transportation. Food. Last year, we provide in first 2 years we provided all of the meals, and we got some feedback around that. And so this year, what we're doing is we're going to give you a per diem. Now, Sunday when you arrive, we have that's breakfast. Actually, this is not right. We're not serving breakfast. That's when I take that off. But Sunday we're having dinner at a church. We call it Sam's, St. Andrew's and Matthew's Church. That's provided for. So Sunday dinner is provided for, and then on Saturday, the lunch and dinner is provided for. Outside of that, it's going to be meals on your own. By that we mean, so on Sunday you're going to be given a per diem. For each day, you're going to get, I don't know what the amount is, the top of my head, but an amount for each day, and then you're going to get cash. And then you use that to buy your meals during the week. So your meals then would be, if we look at the schedule, your meals then would be on Mondays, breakfast on your own. So Sunday, we're taking care of dinner. The Monday here is breakfast on your own, and you need to have that done and ready to go to be in yoga at 8 o'clock. Lunch after we visit the historical Society is lunch on your own, and that's every day up until Saturday, lunch on your own. We'll give you some ideas of where to go around. Lots of places like right in the block, like in the 2-block area. We're giving you an hour and like an hour and 15, like an hour and 15 minutes to get that done. But sort of scope it out, make a plan for yourself, grown folk, so that you're back in time for the session in the afternoon for lunch. Dinner, same thing, on your own until Saturday. So only meals provided is Sunday when you arrive, dinner, and at the end of the week, Saturday, lunch and dinner. Breakfast every day is on your own, and Monday through Friday, lunch and dinner is on your own.
Do the rooms have a refrigerator?
Oh, that's a great question. Could somebody answer that? I don't know.
Yes, yes, they do. And a
Yes.
microwave.
Mhm.
And a microwave, you said?
Yes.
Mhm.
So I would suggest to bring some snacks. You could maybe pack some snacks.
Yes, especially Janet, you come from Philly. I would really suggest bringing what you need. Grocery store wise, the closest grocery store is ShopRite, which is 10 minutes away. If you're driving, that's an option. You'll be get this questionnaire on Monday, asking you about your dietary requirements for those meals that we're provided for. And the ones we provided for, it's like with Sunday, if you want to eat before and you don't want to, then that's fine. But Saturday, we having lunch at the Monday Club, and then you're going back to the hotel, and then you have dinner down at UAE. There's no other place to go, and the window is short. So we really do ask that either you make arrangements to have what you need with you or to eat what we're provided, because there won't be a window of opportunity to go off-site. And that's again for Saturday.
To hear, if I may, the hotel last year they have a restaurant and they had breakfast. I guess they had lunch, but I wasn't there during the day. But they had dinner. The first year, because we were still coming out of COVID, they didn't have dinner. They didn't have dinner. They only had breakfast and lunch. But last year they had like a full complement. There's also in the lobby a snack bar, snack you can get, I think, like sandwiches, juice. Somebody else can speak to that. And they had some snacks, but I learned to just, bring some nuts, fruit, water with me. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, there's Starbucks. Starbucks is 2 doors away. But Starbucks is also, well, I got my issues with Starbucks, but I'm mind my business.
Yeah.
I love their coffee, but I don't drink them. And
there's a Dunkin' Donuts next to
yeah, there's Dunkin' next by.
because people were getting that coffee in the morning.
Yeah, so you got that run. The hotel has those, as Assistant Doctor mentioned, a restaurant is called Basil's. You can look online to see the cost. The per diem is not like hotel per diem, because hotels prices are like crazy. I'm sorry, astronomical. But there are things that there's a Jimmy John's, there's a vegan spot 2 doors away that's open. It's like Reading Terminal for those in Philadelphia. It's like an open, you walk in and then there's many different vendors to buy food from. That's only 3 blocks away. It's 3 blocks away. So you could do either breakfast there, lunch there, dinner there. You're right in the center of town, so lots of options to eat. But I really scope it out as you're making your plans for travel. And we'll give you some suggestions. We can give you that, each day or however you want to do it. But don't wait until now it's time for lunch to say, what do I want? Let me just kind of peruse and walk around, because you'll find, that it's going to take up, more time than you really have, because you only have a hour and 15 to get it all done and get back. All right. Well, where are you zooming in from? I feel like you.
Whom?
Noel, can you turn your mic on? Noel came on a little late.
Okay, I'm zooming in from Newark.
That's right. Or okay, I got my new word. No,
I tried to say it like y'all say it.
Right. How you say it?
Newark.
Got it. Knew it. I love it. Lauryn Hill. No.
Yep. Or
All right.
Mary Baraka.
Yes, yes. Call him. All right. Let's do next steps real quick and then answer questions. Boom. So you're gonna get a questionnaire on Monday. On Monday, ask you about your roommate and ask you about your dietary restrictions, and we just ask you to actually I say it's choose the roommate by the 15th, but actually when you get that questionnaire, can you just like fill it out? We kind of by the 31st. I don't think you need a month to make that choice. And if again you don't know anybody and you don't know, then we will assign a person to as best we can. Pre-residency work. Sister Doctor, you want to speak to that?
Yes. As I said earlier, every art form has their foundational pillars, and storytelling has aesthetic principles. Having said that, for the last 2 years, I have been assigning an essay, an article by Zora Neale Hurston, Negro characteristics. Characteristics of Negro expression. I'm sorry, characteristics of Negro expression. So those of you who attended last year may be familiar with that, but I'm going to assign you something different. I choose Zora because of her vision, her scholarship, and because what she contributed to, I think, Black storytelling, and this article sums it up. For those of you, 3 of you who are returning, I'm thinking about Geneva Smitherman, who is a linguist, originally from Tennessee, but spent most of her life in Detroit. And she writes also on language, Black language. So I will be sending an email with the connection, with the link to Zora. If the 3 of you, Shani, Latrice, and Vienna, want to, review that again, you can, but I want you to concentrate on something else, moving right along. So I will either scan it, and I probably will scan it and email it to you. I haven't decided what article. Her classic text is talking and testifying. But I'm looking at something from one of her texts, Word to the Mother. So we'll see.
Word to the mother.
Word to the mother.
All right. Let me put my information up for you all to lock it in. This is my cell number here. You lock it in. I'm gonna take from the application you all filled out your numbers and put it on, lock it in my phone. And so 2023 cohorts, Dr. Reed just spoke to this some. You are going to be experiencing everything everybody else experienced and some extra. So just so you know, it's going to be even more than last time. And so sometimes we're going to be like kind of nudging you, pushing you. And so, and again, those folks are Shani. Maybe raise your hands. I'm gonna stop sharing. Shani, Vienna, and Latrice. So if you all have questions for them because they have been through. Let me take the spotlight off of. There we go. They've been through it. They've been through the experience before. And what we also can do, if no one has any objection, is to share. I know we do I did the mass email, so everybody sees everybody email, but you don't know what emails what person. So I could do a sharing of names, email, and phone number. If if everybody's okay with me sharing that, can we suggest on? Can we get suggestion on packing, like what to wear for dance? Oh, great question. And what to wear for the performance. Great questions. Packing, what to wear for dance? Yes, dance, something yoga, please, bring something comfortable. She will have lapas to distribute as well, for the women and for the brothers, please wear something comfortable. For the performance, that's your call on what you like as to present aesthetically in your performance for the final performance. It's totally your call. Totally your call. We don't have any requirements around attire for dressing. But Black people, we with the aesthetics of
Is
dressing.
there a video from last year's performance?
We
can
do
see?
that you can see. It's pretty, we don't have it, it's pretty long. It's a huge file. We don't have it in a public way. Go ahead, Latrice.
It's actually on Jay Street's page, the performance on Facebook.
Right, that's a year back, and he posts 2 or 3 times a day. Let me see if
I know where it's at. I'll find it.
Oh yeah. Maybe you could just share that link with the group chat.
Let me yup.
That would be great.
Thank you.
In the group email, that would be great. Now when you see it, Shelley, it was lightning that day, so we couldn't be on the big stage. So we ended up being in the stables. So that doesn't give you a sense for what it looks like, though, just so you know. Yeah.
Thank you.
Is it on YouTube? Venida asks is on. It is not on YouTube. Did I put it on YouTube? The whole thing is not on you. We got it for documentation purposes. We videotaped it, but we didn't put it out for public distribution.
May I address that?
Yeah.
Who asked the question? Shelley?
Venida asked.
I just asked if it was on YouTube because I'm not really on Facebook. So that was,
gotcha.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Venida, I address ethics in this piece, and it's like the first day we state that none of the stories that are created there you can tell again without permission from that teller. So if we put it on YouTube, we'd have to get permission from everybody because it's original work. I don't, I'm not making that decision. That would be Tahira and some others, but that's the way we feel. And what, anything that you hear there, it stays there unless you ask the teller or the creator of that work.
Okay. So Latrice did put the link out. So yeah, it was broadcast live on Facebook. Facebook,
you do get some of it, so it goes out, yeah.
But if you wanted Venida and others to get a sense for it, I understand it. Just to get a sense for what it's like, you can see what people told, but it's not in the place where you might be telling, though. Just so you know, because we had the storm, we had to move off the big stage and go in the stable. Just so you know that. But the link is in the chat. I think if you don't have Facebook, I don't know if you can still see it or not. Good night. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna go see right now. Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
Everybody looks good.
Awesome. Yeah. So you can see what the drag is.
That's why I needed to know.
Right. I know that's right. And maybe what we do is during the week, we could show some of it. During the week, somebody just give me a nudge and remind me. We could show some during the residency.
I can still see it. Yeah, thank you.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Awesome. Again, it's not going to be that. Well, we might be, but that's the thing about the summertime. Well, this was late in the summer. Last year was late July. If there's a clap or thunder, we gotta get off the stage with all that equipment and come into the stables. But it is a rain or shine event because we do have an opportunity to go into the stables if it does rain. Did I miss anything for our 2023 cohorts? Did I miss anything that you think, now that you had an experience, what do you think the folks here need to know?
I think you covered it all.
Okay. Good.
They had a lot of good questions. So
I know, it really
Yeah,
did.
a lot of good questions.
A lot of good
I,
questions.
I was thinking about something. I am going to Ghana the first 2 weeks of June. It'll be my
Ooh.
third time.
Oh,
My
wow.
husband and I are affiliated with a young Black men's transformational leadership program. And I do quite a bit of just journaling while I'm there. And I just wanted your insight on maybe just another way to sort of look at things and experience things while I'm there that might sort of add to the residency experience. And I don't know if you have an answer, but I was just thinking about that, you know?
Wow, this is your third trip, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been a couple of times. So is Sister Dr. Carly's friend Reed. We at the National Association of Black Storytellers had a delegation of 8 storytellers that went out to Ghana in 2015. So we got a lot of connections to the folks in Ghana. I'll ask Dr. Reed because she's our scholar.
Sister Benita, I was blessed to be able to study at the University of Ghana for a summer. And part of that study was storytelling in it, you know, in this indigenous way. Our professor took us to some storytelling sessions. Have you been on the campus?
Yes, we take the young men. I'm glad you're saying this now because I want to check in with the itinerary because we do have different professors in different sessions. And that storytelling piece, I think, would really complement the trip.
Yeah. But also on the campus near the entrance, there is the Institute. I forgot this Institute of African Studies or something. Yeah, you know that building?
We've been there.
Right. Well, you know, they have tapes and they have books, they have, you know, stories that, you know, that's where I learned that there's a whole body of knowledge on Anansi. And I'm not quite sure the pronunciation. Maybe you can find this out for me. It's either pronounced Anansi Sim or Anansium. But it's a whole body of Anansi stories that we just don't get here in America. And every Anansi story has a song. So when the colonial administrators or the people collecting the stories, they didn't always include the songs. So it's a wealth. And also it was in the early 90s. But if you have blank, I guess they have advanced, but if you had blank cassette tapes, they would make copies of stuff for you free. So you might want to inquire about that. So I don't know now if they, you know, how they do that.
Digitized. Yeah,
it may be digitized now, but it's a wealth of information right there in that institute.
Thank you so much.
Are you going to be meeting with Dr. Kanban when you're there? You know, I'm gonna put his name.
Maybe I have to see. I don't remember. We met with a couple of professors. I don't remember their names.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll check that out.
Okay. I don't want to go down that rabbit. There's so much there.
It is.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was really helpful.
Oh, great. Any other questions? We're gonna have fun, y'all. This is like the highlight of my year. I love this time of year, and so I'm really, really excited. I'll drop my cell number here in the chat as well. There, boom, boom. 6. You'll be getting the survey on Monday about roommates and about the food restrictions. But in the meantime, in between time, just drop me an email or a text or something if you have any questions. If I don't got the answer, I'll search for one. Search for one. So drop a couple words in the chat. Let me know how you're feeling right now. You've gotten a lot of information in this hour plus. How you feeling? Ready. I love it, Benita. Yes. Fabulous. Excited. Yes. You felt like this is a pre-workshop, Cheddar?
Already.
Okay. Cheddar, please, Cheddar. listen, Cheddar, you bring a lot to the table.
Cheddar,
So
yeah.
what do you expect to get from this, Cheddar? I'm just curious because you bring a lot yourself.
Thank you. I've never had the opportunity to take just a whole week to get immersed. So I'm expecting to explore places I've never been or never had the opportunity to go the way I wanted in the past. So
Okay.
I'm looking to
relate.
grow.
Looking to grow. I love that. Cheddar sits on our board of the National Association of Black Storyteller. He's are you past president or current president of Coomba?
Current president.
Current president, right? Current president of our affiliate. We have 14 affiliates across the country. I'm the co-director of our affiliates, and our affiliate in the ATL is Coomba Storytelling. What's the full name? Coomba
Storytellers of Georgia.
Storytellers of Georgia. That's right. Shelly's fired up. Yes. Yes. I've heard so much about Shelly. I'm looking so forward to it. All right. So Noel says, what is the other sites besides Christina Carter Arts Center? We're going to the Delaware Historical Society on Monday and Tuesday. We're going, oh, wait. Oh, I didn't do this. Let me do this real quick. Oh, man. Let me do this real quick. We're going to Historical Society and we're going to the Monday Club. Let me just do this. If you have to jump off, I understand, but I meant to do this. This is only 4 questions real quick in the chat. Quick questions about Wilmington. Number 1, can you, in multiple choice, can you name the jazz legend hailing from Wilmington, Delaware, renowned for his influential trumpet playing and composition? I actually said his name. Drop it in the chat. Is it A, Louis Armstrong, B, Duke Ellington, C, Miles Davis, D, Clifford Brown? Clifford Brown. Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. A famous trumpeter from Wilmington, Delaware. Give y'all a second. Give y'all a second. All right, we got. Some said Miles Davis. All right, no problem, Shawnee. Yes, it's Clifford Brown. Clifford Brown. It's Clifford Brown Jazz Festival is held in June. That's that jazz festival I told you about. The fraternal organization, founded in 1876, is arguably the oldest Black male social club in the country. It was in Wilmington, Delaware. What's the name of it? I actually said it. What's the name of it? Yeah, you got that first one over. What's the name of it? Is it the Eastern Stars, the Monday Club, the Wilmington Black Stars, or the Wednesday Fellowship? The oldest Black male social club in the country, right in Wilmington, Delaware. Yes, Cheddar, the Monday Club. They called it the Monday Club because these Black men, they was often in the service industry and they only had Monday off. So they gathered on Monday. We would be going there and talking with those, talking with the current members of the Monday Club and finding about their history. The oldest African-American religious festival in the nation, this annual celebration commemorates the founding of the first African-American church, the African Union Church. The first African-American church. This celebration, this festival is held in August. Is it called the Big Revival? A, the African Union Festival? B, the August Quarterly? C, or D, May Day? May Day. The oldest, continuously running, it still runs every year, every year. Which one is it? A, B, C, or D? B, some African Union. B. I set y'all up for that. It's actually called the August Quarterly. Somebody got it right. There you go. Zinga, you know Wilmington history. All right. Last one. The National Guard occupied the city of Wilmington, Delaware for 9 months, the longest occupation of an American city since the Civil War. The occupation followed what historical event? Was it the OJ verdict, the assault on Rodney King, the assassination of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., or the murder of George Floyd? Why did the National Guard occupy for 9 months, the longest occupation in the city of Wilmington, Delaware? Where's historical event? A, B, C, D. Got folks thinking. Yes, it is C, the assassination of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Folks had to have a pass to leave your home at sunset. If you would be stopped at gunpoint if you left your home. For 9 months, they occupied the city of Wilmington. And best you believe, it was only Black and brown folks that were policed in this way. And at April 7th, 1968. Thank you all for your time. Got some history. Yeah, we're gonna find. Yeah, Noah, you all gonna learn a lot about the Black folks that occupy this space, and we're excited to have you come down, come over, come up, come across, because you all are coming from all over. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you. Thank you.
You can share the recording.
It is recording. I'll stop now. Would you ask about the recording, Oba?
Can you share it?
Yes.